Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Pure Lunacy. It's your girl Andres here with the reading for you guys. So, I set out a couple days ago to do a read for you guys. I was feeling so strongly and intuitively called. And all that being said, I went to do it, and each time the energy didn't feel right. Each time it felt forced, or I felt sick, or like whatever the case is, it just wasn't compatible. And so I drove around today. I did some exploring, some sitting. I drove like 30 minutes away to do this reading and then got back home and was like, I just want to do this one close to home. So I am sitting out on the patio above the pond in the middle of my complex. And this is where I originally was called to do the reading. Hopefully the cards aren't too loud with my headphones in. Also, obviously, I'm sitting outside. It's dark. The lighting's not going to be that great, you guys. We're not here for aesthetics tonight. I'm seeing communication coming in, though. Okay. Lots of channeling this week. Lots of messages, lots of downloads. The energy is very quick moving and very shifty, which I love. But that being said, it's been a little hard to catch a wave. I shared over on my Snapchat that the energy lately has just felt very like a wave. It's just been this and this and this, and you catch, you get the wave, and then I got the reading or the nudge to do the reading, and by the time I got to a space to do it, the wave had already changed and the energy has shifted. And so that tells me that energy is shifting quickly right now, and it's for a reason and it's for a purpose, but it also feels very like portal like with the Lovers and the Four of Pentacles. Needing to be available. Oh, this is going to be a good reading. I'm going to stop here, actually. We're going to split the deck. So I'm just going to shuffle and talk to you guys because we're going to dive right in. So yes, very flow-like, very wave-like energy, highs and lows, peaks and dips. So you might be feeling real energetic, then real tired, real happy, then real sad. You might be feeling angry and then just like indifferent. Just what I'm trying to communicate, as you can tell, is I'm trying to like wade through these choppy waters of this energy and get this message to you guys. Is it's felt very all over the place, honestly, very turbulent, very chaotic. I'm getting like waves just and there's little small breaths in between, but ultimately it's still moving, it's still rocking, and you're waiting for things to settle. I know I've been waiting for things to settle. So with all that being said, the energy I'm going to do my best to work with. I can tell there's already an air of disappointment. I keep seeing the Four of Cups show up in my readings. This one, I'm trying to be a little more practical for you guys to help you guys actually ground and figure out next steps rather than just doing like, here's the energy read. Spirit called me to do this specific kind of read today. So I want to make sure that I do it justice and do it correctly. So I'm being called to do a Celtic cross reading tonight. I'm out in the open, out exposed. So again, excuse my scatteredness because I get nervous. I'm usually very like quiet and hunkered down when I do readings, and it's nighttime. I'm exposed. My back is exposed. So I need to settle into the energy and trust Spirit to ground and guide me during this reading. So with that being said, I'm going to say a prayer, a blessing, a intention, manifestations, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to speak over this space and over our time together really quickly to set intention. And then Spirit's already given me 3 decks to use today, one of them being the Spirit, the King of Wands. Okay, Spirit's already given me messages. King of Wands is in disappointment. Okay, see, flipped again. We're going to leave that there. The Spirit Animal Oracle, I talked about the koi fish yesterday on my social medias. If you guys aren't following me, please do. I'm on Instagram at Black, White, and Brilliant, or Pure Lunacy 222 is my writing page. You can find me on Snapchat and Andres T. I do most of my sharing and posting there. And I'm also on TikTok at Black, White, and Brilliant. So you will never see me operate under anything other than Andres Turner, Black, White, and Brilliant, or Pure Lunacy 222. So anyway, that being said, please come and find me on my other socials. I had talked about koi yesterday. I was walking along this very pond, actually, which is what made me want to come here. And since I've moved in, I've heard stories about the koi. And I've been like, yeah, right, there's this tiny goldfish in here. Well, I was walking along the river, along the pond yesterday, and there was a massive, just gorgeous, gorgeous white koi in the water. And the only reason I can see it is because the sunlight was hitting the direction of the water just so perfectly that the rays were shining into the water and illuminating it. So something is telling me that you're, again, in this choppy water, and these waters deep in the emotions. Spirit's telling me, I'm channeling already, I haven't even touched cards. Deep in the emotions, like this koi, and in murky, muddy waters. I'm getting an image of a lotus as well, which is all about blooming and blossoming in the muck, in the dirt, where you're at. So maybe the people that I'm talking to tonight, the collective, the souls that are connecting in with me. Sorry, as I'm looking at the water and channeling and getting visions right now, so I'll be in and out with eye contact. I just want to let you guys know. Yeah, maybe you guys are in a rough place. Maybe you're in a murky spot, a muddy spot, something that doesn't feel clear. We're going to dive into it with a Celtic cross reading tonight. Maybe you connect with Celtic origins and Celtic history. I do too. Lots of different energies. Okay, so with that being said, it's like the koi. You're needing to navigate waters. And so I talked about the koi yesterday. I saw the koi 4 times in my day. Number 1 being my first time along the pond when Spirit told me to do a reading and I waited too long and disobeyed. Number 2, when I saw a friend post a video literally showing koi at a part. This friend lives in my hometown and is actually visiting in Oregon where I am, and also showed koi. Shout out to you if you know who you are. I love you. And the other friend, actually, I was on Snapchat, and there's a content creator that I follow that I cannot remember the name, so I'm sorry. If I remember, I will give you a shout out because your work is absolutely gorgeous. But she does digital art, and she had drawn 2 koi fishes in a lake or a river, a pond, something, body of water that looks much like where I'm at and where I saw the koi swim. Koi is not normally one of my spirit animals or one that I really even connect to, but Spirit gave me that as a messenger yesterday. And so the 4th time that I saw the koi was when I picked up this deck, because I remembered my spirit animal deck has koi in it, just one single card. And lo and behold, I go to do the reading last night, which I didn't have energy for, but I ended up pulling cards on Snapchat for Snapchat, and the koi fish came out while I was shuffling the deck. So that was 4 times in one day that Spirit said the koi. Oh, and I just opened up to the Lotus. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. I just talked about the Lotus. So yes, period. Oh, and okay, we're just going to take it. All right, so that's the energy of the reading. I channeled it before we even pulled the card. I love that. And I'll do another one afterwards, Spirit is saying, but we're going to start with this. So guys, we're just going to dive in. Divine Creator of Light and Love, thank you for holding this space. Thank you for the constant reminders and the beckoning of us to come to you when life feels muddy, when life feels chaotic. Thank you for the water, for the koi, for the fish, for the animals that remind us to be present and that you are here with us, moving and living and breathing in spirit. I pray that you protect this space. Call upon Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel. Give me the words to communicate. Block any external influences that wish to distract, distort, or destroy this energy in this sacred space that you have called us to today. And yeah, what messages do you have through us, through the cards, through my intuition? I pray that you would open up my third eye and allow my intuition to flow freely. I'm grounding already. This energy is moving so fast. It's reminding me of turbulent waters, and who perfect to be your guide through the waters, and the Queen of Cups herself, because your girl lives in the emotions and the waters. Okay. All right, Spirit, thank you. Okay. So the card that I pulled up front is the Lotus, and I just got done seeing the Lotus. The Lotus is a flower that blooms and blossoms in murky, muddy, nasty waters. It grows in the muck, and it's so beautiful and untouched and just absolutely, Spirit's telling me, exuberant and radiant when it emerges from this space. It's all the muck is underneath, but it needed it, and it's strong enough to open up and blossom and reveal its beauty. So maybe you're in a space of revealing, of unopening. So this stands for introspection, nourishment, and challenge. There's nourishment in the depths of your most challenging experiences. Thank you for the confirmation, Spirit. An inevitable unfurling of beauty and understanding is blooming from the roots of discomfort. It's in your cells and your DNA to grow and flourish from life's challenges. Yes, I feel like these are my Lotus babies that are showing up to this video, because I resonate with this heavily. I've been in some deep shit for years, and everyone's just like, what's going on? Those of us who are empaths, sensitives, star seeds, light workers, freaking astral beings, esoteric beings, whatever you want to refer to yourself as, other in spirit form. We are often put through some nasty ass, muddy ass circumstances and challenges, because that is where we find our beauty. That is where our beauty grows. I'm going back to a quote or something similar, something I wrote, whatever the case is, but essentially that radiance isn't taught, it's made. Again, with radiance, that's my thing. She was a light in the dark, radiance. So that's a poem that I wrote about myself, but about people who carry the same light, the same fire in their soul. And I have a feeling this is you who I'm talking to, my soul fam. Thank you for showing up. If you've been seeing 222 a lot, that is my soul fam number. And anytime I reach out in spirit for support, that is what I receive back. And so I know you're connected to that infinitely. So thank you for being here. I'm glad this found you. I'm getting like nervous. Maybe I'm going to cry during this reading. Okay, we're just going to show up and let spirit move us, right? So proper rest will allow you for integration, deep knowing, and more self-compassion. Absolutely. I feel spirit saying through my experiences and my channeling lately and through this reading already that you're being called to rest. It's been a really busy season. Yeah, you've been incredibly hard at work. Spirit's telling me, oh my gosh, with the Hermit. See, we're already pulling. And I'm going to pull a couple and then I'll do the Celtic Cross. You've been hard at work. Yes, working incredibly hard. You have a plan, but this is in reverse because it seems that you're overworking now, or you're trying to control things. The Hermit calls us to go, pardon me, I get hiccups when I channel sometimes. You're little birds. I'm human. 11:44 on the clock, barely. The Hermit calls us to go inside. The Hermit is Virgo energy. We are in Virgo season right now, and so Virgo season, as I wear green, is this very earthy, very grounded, very beautiful zodiac energy. It is very sensitive, it's very detail oriented, it's very hardworking, it's independent, it's very grounded. Typically it can be very beautiful and very meticulous. I'm hearing spirit say thank you. 12:12 on the timer as I look down. This is a meticulous energy, and again, there's this, oh, I didn't even mean to do that. There's this era of conflict. There's this air of conflict, of having to defend yourself. So Spirit's saying, listen up, my baby. So my intentions for you, my intention for this time together is to provide a space of safety and of rest, of clarity and of excitement, and to inspire you and take the little flame that's inside of me and light your torch so that you can take it for yourself and sustain yourself. I want to be soul food for you, not a crutch, not a obsession. Soul food, Spirit's saying. Okay. So I'm going to pull cards specifically. Actually, I'm going to reshuffle the deck. Spirit told me that the energy has shifted and what needed to come out did. So again, I have to be very, with the sun in reverse, and I'm actually going to flip that upright because it's my deck and I listen to Spirit. I'm hoping that no one comes down here and bothers me. I get, anytime I'm out in public, which is why I hate going out, people stop and they sit next to me and they talk to me, and like, it would be one thing if it's every now and again, but almost every freaking human I see is just like, oh, gimme, right? And I'm guarded. But here's why, because I have been giving all my energy, and then I get to a space where I'm not being poured back into and I'm exhausted because I've given too much out. The Hierophant is about going inward and learning. So maybe you've been in the same space. Again, light workers, light beings tend to give a lot. We give a lot. The Wheel of Fortune, things are changing though. We're being asked to hold our shit back, man. Stop giving it all away. And it's not because you shouldn't, I hear Spirit saying, but it's because you're not meant to give it all away to one thing, to the same person, to things or sources 1414, if that's significant, that don't honor and don't value you. If you're going to invest it, but do not give it away, because that's different. And give it away sparingly. I'm a 4 of Wands. Yeah, this is where we're going to pick up. So I'm going to take that as the present. Ooh, okay. Spirit's saying do it. All right. Again, I have to be obedient to the process. So we're going to start with the Celtic read. So I'm going to go ahead and pull all of the cards, lay them out, and then we'll go through them together because that feels more organized. Again, this is Virgo season, as you can tell. I've got my pen, my notebook. I'm being very detailed, very oriented. At least I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be organized. So Spirit's calling us to be organized. Also, excuse the distractions. My phone's on 11%, so I'm going to try to do this as quickly as I can, but as thoroughly as I can. So, all right, present energy. We've got the Four of Wands. Spirit, what are the challenges here? Give me the challenges, please. Thank you. Oh, all right. We're going to, oh, like I just said, we took it and put it back. If Spirit has something to say, they will say it again. The Four of Pentacles in the challenge position. That makes sense. And with it being with the Four of Wands, this is about commitment, about building family, about building legacy. And right now, this is telling me that there's something very guarded, very blocked, and very, oh shit, with the Tower. Okay, yeah, very protective of this thing, and I understand why. So, yes, card number 3 we get is the past. So the past, we've got Seven of Cups, optical illusions, people playing games, concealing information. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Card number 4, and bear with me as I'm looking over here. The future is 3, 6, 9, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So that talks about a loss of independence, wish fulfillment, something not happening the way you want it. Thank you. Again, conflict. This is conflict. There's a lot of fucking chaos around this reading today, which is why I didn't want to do it, because when I went to do it earlier, it was the same. So Spirit's telling me to just do it with the Magician, period. In order to get out of this energy, we have to stop fucking avoiding it, because I know I have, and we're done doing that. If you're in this reading, you're done doing that. You need to be. We need to be. Okay? Lots of conflict. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Card number 5 is about the outcome. Okay, so this might cause a little conflict with me seeing the Tower before I pulled this card. That makes sense to me. Okay. What's the subconscious about this, Spirit? Thank you. 5 of Pentacles. Typically in the upright, this represents being feeling like you're being left out in the cold or abandoned. But with this being in the reverse, this makes me feel like it's something that's painful, but something that you're getting free from. With the King of Wands again, the King of Wands showed up before. So maybe this is a fire sign for some of you. Maybe you are a fire sign. This is your confirmation. Okay. All right, card number 7, thank you, Spirit, is all about the advice. The advice is the world, and it fell out with the Queen of Swords, so I'm actually going to take these together. Queen of Swords and the world together, so the advice. Somebody needs to be honest. Somebody needs to speak up. And I'm going to throw these back in the deck, Spirit's telling me to. Those were the Hermit, the cards that I pulled earlier with the Lovers. Okay, I knew this was going to come out. So the external, number 8 right now, we're just going to set that there. 7, 8. Card number 9, Spirit. And thanks again for being here and being present with me while this energy is a little chaotic. I actually went and learned this spread specifically so that I can do it, because I felt intuitively called to it today with the Devil in reverse. I love to see that, especially with the Lovers. Okay, thank you, Spirit. 9, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, actually right now Spirit's telling me to say this because this is significant. This card just flipped around by itself. Oof. Yeah, with the 5 of Cups. It talks about walking away from something that's disappointing, something that's hurt you. I was on my walk here actually, and I kept hearing the Fibonacci sequence in my head. I had no idea what that was. It's been a lot of like downloads and me going to research, and the Fibonacci sequence is essentially the birth of math. It is naturally occurring number sequences in all living things and all things that are created naturally in this earth, such as the petals in sunflowers or the middle of sunflowers, the bones in our hands and how many bones contain each, 5s and 3s. I'm not going to go too into it, But if you're interested in numerology, I would encourage you to look up the Fibonacci sequence. But I'm laughing right now because I typically do not do Celtic cross readings. And as I'm counting and realizing it's broken down like this, the cards literally are numbered. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And 10 in the tarot is known as the ending of a cycle. So Spirit's telling me right now with the world, especially that just fell out with this Queen of Swords, something about speaking truth, something about cutting something off perhaps. I don't know. We'll get into it. But something about this is sequential. 1, 2, 3. I've been seeing 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 for years now, but I see it at least twice a day. And this last week, I've seen it 4 to 5 times a day. So something about this Fibonacci sequence, this naturally occurring buildup or breakdown, is meant to start a new cycle, to cleanse out what is here right now, because I do feel like there's a lot of heartache, a lot of betrayal, a lot of sabotaging, a lot of optical illusions. And this is regarding, or feels like it's involving, someone's family, stability, home life, partnership, relationships. 2030 on the clock as I look down. 2, 3, again, this Fibonacci sequence. Okay. So Spirit was telling me that that's not a coincidence, that I researched this thing and I'm learning the Fibonacci sequence today. I'm learning how to do Celtic crosses and understanding that it's very intentional, that numbers deliver messages. I'm heavily into numerology. I have been since I was a kid because I have seen the messages that they bring and carry, and the attention. Numbers are one of the few things that grab my attention during the day. And that's just because it's interesting, because there's numbers all around. So when there's something that is synergistic, or it lines up, or is in flow energy, I pay attention to it. I can't not. So Spirit's saying pay attention to those things. Maybe you need to look up the Fibonacci sequence yourself. But ultimately, I think the message here is that there is a countdown. Everything goes in steps. Everything is in a ladder. What we feel like could be a circle is actually a spiral that has levels in different spaces, which is actually numbered and organized. And I've actually had visions of these levels on the astral / energetic plane, correlating to different frequencies of light and different frequencies of color and knowledge and information. So if you're somebody seeking knowledge and information, especially with the Hermit coming out earlier, I'm heavily encouraging you to research. I didn't get started in my spiritual journey in the traditional way. I've never read the sacred texts. I've never read the religious or occult texts. I truly was intuitively guided to it. I picked up my first tarot deck and I just started reading cards. I knew how to do it. I am a natural born witch. And I don't say that to brag. I say that because that's my birthright and that is my calling on this earth. And I've tried to deny it for a very long time. I do not practice black magic, but I do work with light and dark energies. And yeah, I just felt like I needed to say that. So, okay, Spirit, last card, number 10. What is the outcome? Thank you, with the Chariot, which is all about movement. Chariot is Cancerian energy. Shout out to my fellow Cancers. Yes, I am very partial. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Again, there's so many messages within this message, and Spirit's really trying to get me to like hit on all these parts. I'm going to do the best that I can to interpret this message and to interpret this energy and get it to you. And if you guys are feeling inclined or called to get more clarity, get more specifics, maybe you need some support. Maybe you have all the information you want or need. You're just wanting somebody to talk to. I know how lonely this journey is. I've been on it by myself for years and years. I would say truly started roughly around 2017 more intentionally. But in the last 2 years, since I've been out in the open with my beliefs and moving away from being a ministry leader for 12 years and heavily involved in the church, I left an abusive marriage, emotionally abusive marriage. And I don't say that to demonize anyone or to talk poorly, but that's the result and the repercussions of when people are not healed. And so if you're here, it's because you are trying to heal, and I'm proud of you, and I want to be there for you. I want to help you do that because I've had to heal in silence by myself. And though I'm so grateful for my alchemy and my journey, if I just had somebody, anybody to listen, to understand me, to validate my experience, and to tell me that I wasn't crazy, I think my life it wouldn't be where it is, and I wouldn't change anything, but I would have felt a lot less alone and would have caused a lot less damage to my body because of stress and anxiety and repression. It is awful for our bodies. So if you're experiencing some physical setbacks, Spirit's telling me that you need to express this, you need to let it out, find someone that you can talk to, start journaling. I, for my almost whole life, have not been able to talk to people, and that's where my writing came from. Me and the pen and paper are besties. That's my love. That's my babe. Like whatever it is. I write to spirit. I talk to spirit. I write to myself. I say the things that I don't even know I need to say, and so maybe that's it. Pick up a pen, find a way to let it out. Don't hold it inside. Go for a dance. Go for a walk. Go play sports. Play with your dog. I've got my puppy girl sitting here with me on the balcony, on the deck, because she didn't want to be alone today. So anyway, that's a side message. Again, I'm getting all these little burpy hiccups because I just literally feel the energy moving through me, and it's like, ooh, it's turbulent. So, okay. Spirit number one. So right now in the present energy, we've got the Four of Wands, you guys. The Four of Wands is a really, really good sign. The Four of Wands is a card of stability. This is also known as the 1111 card. I posted 1111 on my Snap and my Instagram story today. Been seeing 1111 and 111 all over the place. So that tells me that we are in divine alignment. And also, if you consider yourself a twin flame counterpart, divine soulmates, whatever the title is, you're energetically soul connected to something, someone, okay? I'm just going to put it that way. This stands for family and union. This is the union card. Yellow is represented by friendship. These pillars represent strength, stability, love, partnership, choice. These people are celebrating. It's adorned and covered in growth and life. This is your present energy, and whether or not you feel like it, the truth is that all of this chaos, all of this turmoil that I see here, that I feel here, that I've been experiencing in my own journey, in my own story, that I know the collective is experiencing because we are all connected and we are in this Fibonacci sequence of life and cycles and seasons. None of us are an exception. We are in the Four of Wands, so something about this is bringing stability. Something about this chaos is bringing celebration. It's bringing unions. It's bringing friendship. It's bringing community. It's bringing long-term stability and building legacies. This is building an empire. Right now, you are in this energy. Right now, we are in this energy, and this is a beautiful energy. But what I see with this, the challenge is feeling guarded. Maybe it's not feeling grounded. It's not feeling like you have enough. There's a lack mentality here. And a mentality of isolation or hoarding. I'm getting one or the two. I'm definitely isolating, not a hoarder, but maybe you are resonating with either one of these. Maybe it's a feeling, a lack of balance or groundedness. Interestingly enough, these pictures, these images look very similar, only one's got community and a whole city behind them. In like a castle, you see other entities and beings, and this one's got a bunch of buildings. So there's a lot of people, a lot of things here, but you're removed from it, you're detached. And I think this is actually a really good thing right now, but it is a challenge. And maybe that's what Spirit's saying is, I am isolating you for a reason right now. Thank you, Spirit, for that clarity. So present energy is the Four of Wands. How do we get to the Four of Wands? By protecting and creating a sacred space. And sometimes, even though people don't like this selfish energy, they don't like this isolated energy, it is necessary sometimes. And I feel like Spirit's saying that we need to stop demonizing negative things. If somebody doesn't like something, or if it causes them uncomfortability, it does not mean that it's inherently bad. You protecting yourself, you protecting your space is not inherently bad. It's not negative even. And it may be very abrasive, and maybe that's why it's a challenge. I know I can resonate with this right now. So maybe it is challenging because you are having to be isolated and separated. You're having to protect your pentacles. I hear your energy, your abundance. You're having to protect your heart. This person's holding their abundance over their heart space. Maybe this is something you're passionate about. You're having to protect something that is connected to your life source, to your energy, to your abundance, and Spirit is applauding you. It is a challenge, though, and I recognize that, and I understand that, and I'm sorry. So we're going to continue to move forward and see what the advice is, because this energy right now and the challenges and what, the subconscious, what's going on above, all of it is chaotic. But when you look at the truth, what's on the outside, finishing the sequence, is all of these positive cards. We've got the world showing up with change after communication or some kind of cutting. Maybe that's energetic. Maybe that's cutting off a relationship, cutting off a job, cutting off a situation that is no longer serving you. Because I see here actively, it's bringing in deception, it's bringing in heartache, it's bringing in a sense of guardedness and a sense of conflict, and also it's fucking with your abundance, my love. And if you are a divine being, we are called to abundance, we are called to manifestation, we are called to be in an energy of wealth so that we can build up this earth. Not so we can hoard it, which is what the challenge is, but so that we can share it, and building legacies and building foundation and building empires surrounded by energy that is abundant for everybody. Because when one of us wins, we all win. This whole idea of us versus them is bullshit, and it is literally something the Matrix designed to keep us from self-actualizing. Because if we all do that, we are dangerous and we are powerful, and life would look a lot different, and it needs to. So that's why we're showing up. So thank you, Spirit. I'm getting aggressive tonight. My mama bearness is coming out because it's time to speak the fuck up. I'm not going to continue to sit back and deal with it. And neither should you. So that's the challenge right now. Okay, what's in the past? The past, yes. So the past, Seven of Cups. This talks about a lot of options. Maybe this, if this is relationship for you, there's been too many people in the fucking pool, okay? Too many people. You're dipping the toes in too many pools. Or you feel like there's a situation in which there are too many people involved. Is this somebody that you're interested in? Maybe you feel like they have too many options. But again, there's this era of this thing here separated from actually what is happening. And it seems, I feel there's not very many swords here, which is interesting because I get so much of this energy is mental. Or maybe it's emotional, fueled by like what we're doing. Lots of wands, which is spiritual warfare. Absolutely. Protect your energy, protect your space. The past was filled with a lot of illusion, a lot of tricks, a lot of people offering you their cup. When we talk about offering of the cups are representative of the emotional house. So maybe people are showing up. Everybody wants a piece of this abundance, right? That's why you're so fucking guarded, babe. I get it. Me too. Everybody wants a piece. And you've got to block yourself off sometimes, and you got to guard yourself because people come in offering cups, and sometimes they're filled with piss and snakes, crumbling foundations, heartache, tricks. And maybe you get a cup every now and again that's filled with something good, but really it's nothing you need. And you are so damn thirsty for whatever this is. And what this tells me actually is this is another person. This is another relationship. We've got the Four of Wands as the current focus, the current energy of this, followed by the Lovers and the Devil in reverse. You are not fucking around when it comes to this. And the Chariot to end your energy. The Chariot is the fastest moving card in the deck. Cancerian energy is represented here by black and white. It's duality. But guess who drives the Chariot? The Emperor. Somebody who knows themselves, somebody who decides what they want, somebody who knows what they're worth and who's willing to protect it and stand in their space until they achieve this foundation. Because you know what it's like to be presented with shit that does not serve you. You know what it's like to be given empty cups. Okay? So that's in the past. So what's the outcome of this, Spirit? I do see conflict as the outcome, but again, we're not going to stress about this conflict because conflict is good. And Spirit is telling us that we need to reframe our thinking and our thoughts with all these, I said I feel like there needs to be more swords here because there's a lot of conflict, a lot of chaos, confusion. So there's a little bit of conflict happening. 33 on the timer, and maybe this is people fighting over you, quite literally. Yo, I can resonate. I'm not even going to get into detail because I know there are people who watch my channel who like to spy and talk and gossip, so we don't put our personal info out there. But I can resonate with this, like legit people fighting over you, fighting over your time, fighting over your attention, feeling like they are owed something from you. And all of these wands tells me this is spiritual warfare. The wands represent fire, which represents connected to our chakra, our sacral chakra energy, creation, spirit. And maybe this is your spiritual legacy that you're building, because this is right above the Four of Wands. And again, these wands are representative of magic, of the spirit. And the Four of Wands are adorned by all this growth. But we've got conflicts all around it. And that is why you're protecting it. I get it. I do. Okay. So we're going to keep pushing through this energy. All right. So what is ruling this? Ooh, the motivation. What does this say? Sorry, guys, it's dark. So the feelings and motivations around this, yes, this makes sense. The Five of Pentacles in reverse. The Five of Pentacles, like I said, in the upright represents feeling left out in the cold, being rejected, abandoned. But this being in the reverse, especially under the Four of Wands, almost tells me, like, you need to just detach from this and let this go. That actually detaching from this and letting this go is what's going to cause your, detaching and letting it go. Cut that shit off. If it's not serving you and it's offering you all these fucking cups, because it has in the past, you notice that all the past energy too here is this green color. Green is connected to the heart chakra. I'm wearing green and gold today. While green is good, green is growth, green is also connected to the heart, and maybe this talks about things that you've invested heavily your heart into. Green space, cutting it off. Green space, new cycle. It's connected to the heart, okay? So the feelings and the motivations, I'm hearing Spirit say, it does still apply in this way, that it being in reverse, your feelings and motivations are that you're going to be abandoned. And I'm going to try to plug my phone in really quick. I don't have very much charge on my portable, and this is probably going to get wonky, so I'm sorry, but I really don't want my phone to die right now. Hang tight with me, all. I'm doing the best I can, okay? We're just gonna have to change what we're doing a little bit, but this is what Spirit's saying. It's all serving a purpose. You just need to be present to what it is. Okay. But it is what it is. Yay. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. We have to act quick. Your feelings and motivations surrounding this situation is that you're going to be abandoned, or you're going to miss out on an opportunity, or that you already have. But in some way, I'm sensing that there's a little bit of relief. And maybe you're dealing with imposter syndrome. I'm hearing Spirit say is like, oh, I don't have to deal with this anymore. Like, the conflict is just too much. Ooh, don't fall, don't fall. The conflict is too much, I hear Spirit saying. And in some way, releasing, let me tell you something. Even when you deeply want something, because I am the queen of cutting shit off, but also people assume that when you cut things off, it's just easy and you don't care and you're heartless. But the truth is, I have cut it off because of how much I'm impacted by it. I don't cut things off that don't impact me, right? There's no need to extend my energy in that way. And so if you cut this off, or you cut this thing out, come on, please just stay. Thank you. Thanks for rocking with me, y'all. It feels like a sense of relief. It's like when you snap the rubber band, right? So much tension, and finally you just cut it. And maybe the break hurts. It does. I'm smiling because Spirit just showed me that image of a rubber band breaking, and it's connected like this. And when it snaps, we tend to think it's broken. However, it's still the same long strand, right? Separation is an illusion. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. So the advice for this situation. Our advice, Spirit made it very clear already, is the Queen of Swords with the World. Either this means to me you need to communicate your truth, you need to hear someone's truth, or you need to cut something out. Or the doing of any of those combinations of things is going to start a new cycle. You need to do this before you can do this. The Queen of Swords is normally known as somebody who's very witty, very smart, very intelligent. Be informed about what you're doing. Don't just be sporadic. Don't just be spontaneous. Communicate clearly, thoughtfully. Communication, a lot of people just communicate to talk, to express. And while communication is a form of expression, the point of communication is to be understood. It is to deliver a message and have it be received, right? And so in order to do that, you need to be strategic. You need to do it in a way that somebody can hear. Do it in a way that somebody can receive it. Otherwise, you're just talking at someone, which is not the same as communicating. The Queen of Swords is a communicator because she's connected to the heart, to the green space. But she's also very balanced and doesn't take shit, right? She's got one hand reaching out in love and openness and the other with her sword. Like, I will cut your shit off so quick if it's bullshit, if it's malicious, if it's filled with illusions and lies. The Queen of Swords is not tolerating the bullshit. And in order to do so, we have a new cycle, okay? So that is the advice. Whatever this is that's causing conflict and chaos, intuitively, you know, you either need to cut it out or you need to directly communicate and end something. Spirit is saying this needs to be ended. The current energy is clearly not working for you. It's caused a lot of conflict, a lot of chaos. My phone is gonna die, you guys. That's okay. We're just gonna push through this. So if we do this, guys, the external, I don't even know what that says. I need to, I'm sorry, you guys. Give me a minute. 7. Okay, so the fear surrounding this is the Lovers. Again, I talked to you guys about divine counterparts. Maybe you're actually terrified of this, right? You know this is your person. You know that this is your scenario, your situation. This is for you. You've had time and you've been presented with lots of shit that's not. So at this point, you know this is your fear, though, and you can fear it, and that's okay. We don't talk about fearing intimacy and fearing love enough, especially when what we've received in the past has been this energy right here. Abandonment, betrayal, lies, gossip, cheating, backstabbing. It makes sense, okay? So you're currently fearing this, Lovers. You feel bound to it. And I laugh because I'm sorry. I know what that's like. And actually, I read that incorrectly. I don't know what that is. But this actually came out in the area of the fears as the devil in reverse. So maybe you're actually afraid that this is done. That something's broken and that you need it, but you can't have it. Or you want it, but you can't have it. This feels forbidden. So that's your fear. That whatever this is forbidden. But with the Chariot, the outcome is that you're going to move through this. You're going to move past this. You're going to move toward this. And you're going to do it in an emperor way, in a way that is grounded and directful. Direct and directful. Intention, balanced by the light and the shadow, all together. And look at all these stars here. The emperor wears the star. The emperor is connected to their source, okay? Otherwise, you're probably just driving a chariot and running straight into a wall. We can drive it, but we need Spirit's vision and guidance. And when we're not asking for it intentionally, we are running away from what it is that we actually need. So that's the message. I don't know how much battery I have left. I guess roughly the same. I'm just going to go until I can't. And I believe that I can deliver this message because we've gotten this far so far. Spirit's going to give us another animal deck, or another animal from the Animal Oracle, and then we'll pull an oracle from the Alchemy deck. Because I'm talking my alchemist. I'm an alchemist, but obviously I'm not the most amazing recorder at this point. I'm just at a table. Please stay. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't die, but if it does, I love you guys, and I'm so proud of you. If you guys are wanting or needing more clarity and more guidance, please find me on Instagram, or you can email me at blackwhiteandbrilliant@gmail.com. and we can talk about a reading or whatever it is that you may need. If you're needing more clarity, more guidance, please let me do that for you. Okay, Spirit, what is the final message for this? What about the Chariot energy? I want to know. What messages do you want the viewer to hear right now? What energy do they need to be offered? Because I'm sensing you need a little bit of relief. Not a little bit, a lot of it. And I'm sending you so much love, babies. I really am. 44 on the clock. All right. The Lotus, again, that's the message from this deck, 4411, as I look down. Introspection, nourishment, and challenge. Don't ask to be with the Queen of Night. And look, you guys. Period, spirit. Ooh, that's, oh, I was going to say that's sexy. Wow, that literally just took my breath away. The light and the dark. And so I talked about the Emperor, but this is equally the Empress energy. Whatever you're operating in, it's divine. Divine masculine, divine feminine, or you will be if you choose. The light and the dark. This is the same flower, just in two different forms. The newly emerging and the fully emerged and seasoned. This is Queen of the Night, which stands for reflection, comparison, and rising. So lift those around you by reflecting back their light. The glowing success of others does not shadow your own. And I literally said that when we started the reading. This whole us versus them mentality is bullshit. When you shine, you light other people's flames on fire, whether they choose to burn or whether they choose to use their power and use their light to illuminate and to create and to rebirth and to continue passing it on is up to them. But inevitably, when you operate in who you are and you operate in your light, you will light up others around you, whether they like it or not. And they will feel it and they will be agitated. The glowing success of others does not shadow your own. It doesn't. So if you're not lighting up right now too, that's okay. The lotus is in the mud until it's not. Okay? Don't be pulled towards feelings of scarcity. The moon shines because, yes, the Four of Pentacles was in your challenge. Scarcity mindset, being closed off, okay? The moon shines because of the surface reflects light from the sun. Light does not diminish light. We rise by lifting others, period. And the moon and the sun, the light and the dark, the duality, the balance. I said I work with both light and dark energies. This is what that means. We are in the dark for a reason, and we spend so much time trying to shun the dark and push it away and pretend like it's not part of our experience, rather than understanding that the dark gives us an opportunity for illumination, growth, and light, okay? All of it serves a purpose. I love you guys. Ooh, spirit, come on with the come on. Man, I'm getting like, oh, I can feel it. Yes. Some of you guys might be heavily sensual and sexually charged right now. I hear spirit saying, be careful with that energy. It's potent. Don't just go giving it away. Our sacral energy is connected to creation. Ooh, with iron and Mars. Yikes, look at this. Speaking of sacral, orange. Ha! This is insane energy. And against nature. Look at this. Okay, wow. I'm hoping that I can read these really quick before my phone dies, you guys. We got this. We're going to stay focused. We're going to keep moving forward, right? And this is the vibe and the energy of the reading. Is like, you know, whatever this is like potentially harmful or it feels stressful, but you just have to like write it out. I know my phone's going to die. I'm very certain of it. How much time do I have and how much can I get done? And I'm going to be strategic and not panicked. All right, here we go.